All right, everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the iForgot challenge from olicyber.it as part of their Italian Cybersecurity Olympics series of challenges. So, looks like we need to translate the web page. Just a second. We'll translate from Italian to English. Okay, and it says, so the challenge is called I Forgot. The challenge description says someone is really very confident that they eliminated everything you need to solve the challenge, but maybe there's still something hidden around. And they've got a little website that we can access, so we can go to the website and see what's going on. So the website's very cheeky. It says nothing here with a little smiley face. So what can we do? So typically in these kind of beginner cybersecurity challenges, especially in the web category, what we want to do is we want to find different endpoints. So different endpoints means different parts of the website. And a very common part of the website for beginner web challenges is the robots.txt page. So we just go into the address bar, do /robots.txt, and this is going to give us a list of web pages that they don't want indexed by search engines. So for example, it says disallow this page, and disallow this directory over here. And so why does the robots.txt file exist? Let's talk a little bit more about this. Okay, so this is the olicyber I Forgot challenge. This challenge instructs us to visit a web page or a website, but there's nothing there. Okay, on some websites, there is something called a robots.txt file that instructs search engine robots on which parts of the website it can and cannot index for the search engine. So for example, there are robots that come from google.com for the Google search engine, or from the yahoo.com search engine, the DuckDuckGo search engine, et cetera, et cetera. They all have robots that visit websites and try to map them out for the search engine. Okay, so if you think robots.txt is not a real thing that real websites use, you can go over to google.com. So good old Google. That's not how you spell Google. And on the google.com website, you can actually access their robots.txt file. So the robots.txt file lets websites that are trying to index this particular web page, which endpoints, which web pages and directories they're allowed to index and which ones they're not. So for example, here, we're not allowed to index groups. We're not allowed to index index.html, this kind of thing. We are allowed to index GWS something something and all this other stuff. So some of the robots.txt files on big websites can be really big. But the thing that we have to understand here is that robots.txt can be a liability that shows the bad guys where there might be sensitive information. And in this case, when we visit this website's robots.txt page, we see that there's a Git repository being hosted on the website. So Git is well, what is Git? Let's talk about it. So Git is a very popular software version control system, which can be used for collaborative software development. So if you've got a Git repository on your website, then other people could access you could access it with the Git software to do collaborative software development, but it can also be used by bad guys to access the files that are inside of that repository and get sensitive information. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using a very specialized security tool. So there are security tools for extracting Git repositories for inspection. And one such tool is called Git Dumper. Git Dumper is a very funny name. And we're going to be using this tool to get information from the Git repository in this case. Okay, so let's go ahead and access it. So the way we would access this normally is by installing it on our system. What we're going to do is, let's see, we don't need this anymore. I'm just going to close it out. And let's name this the Git dumper. Okay. So what we're going to do to install the Git dumper tool is we're going to create a virtual environment. So the reason, well, the Git dumper is a Python tool. So the reason why we want to access these Python tools in virtual environments is because keeping track of module dependencies inside of Python is a big pain in the butt. So what we prefer to do is we try to run specialized Python software inside of virtual environments to keep it away from the rest of our Python libraries and such. So we're going to create the virtual environment here. We're going to activate the virtual environment, and then we're going to install Git dumper from here. So we can do pip install Git dumper to install the tool. Okay, it's going to take a couple of seconds to install, and then we can use the tool Git dumper on this Git repository over here. We have to reference the start of the Git repository. In this case, it's iForgot.shells.olicyber.it/.git. And we're going to output all the files into this directory called iForgot. Okay, so we're going to run Git dumper. After we run the tool, it's going to download all of the files from that Git repository. Okay, so now we've got an iForgot directory in here that we can move into. Okay, so after dumping the Git repo, we can find the flag in the Git log. So basically, this is going to be a very, very basic interaction with Git, but inside of the iForgot directory over here, we got the .git file, which lets the Git program know that this is a Git repository. So you can run the git log command with -p to print out all of the previous commits that have been logged by the system. So if we do that, we get this one over here. So we got, what do we got? We got this commit over here by Super Hacker, of course, and it says removed flag. So they removed the flag from the system, but we can see the information that they removed. So the information that they removed was the flag for the challenge. So it's flag, oh, really, did I forget to remove this .git repo? I guess you did, and we can copy the flag. Then we can go back to the challenge. And then on the challenge page, if we haven't completed the challenge, we can submit the flag and then complete the challenge. But in my case, we've already submitted the flag, so we don't see that option. All right, everybody, this was a guided walkthrough for the iForgot challenge from olicyber.it as part of their Italian Cybersecurity Olympics set of challenges. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button, And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.